Welcome to Shovelware Diggers. Our dig team is currently excavating the Softkey Shareware 2000 Hit Games 2 CD collection. You can find a link in the video description containing the entire directory structure of this archive. It's week 82, and these are the games our diggers have for us today. For more information on how to join the dig team, simply head on over to the Patreon page linked in the video description. Now without further ado, let's begin. First up, we have a new digger, Skibs, who's dug up WINGAMES /unclassified/ANTFARM. Given that this is in the unclassified folder, I'm going to guess that this probably isn't a game, but rather some kind of program just for whatever. Anywho, we got ANTFARM 1.0, April 1991, Tim Hoffman. This little program I whipped up as the first in a series of animated backgrounds for Windows. Basically, you get a whole bunch of ants crawling around on the desktop. They will go behind all open windows and icons. The ants will go... So this is basically similar to that other thing that we had before, where we had the cockroaches going under windows. Oh yeah, look at that. It's not working perfectly, though. Seems to have, like, little... Yeah, they sort of bounce around the screen a little. They just moved that would just strafed. That would flat out strafed there for a moment. So yeah, tiny little ants running across the desktop. And if I move the window, do a bunch of them pop out? Yep. So it's very similar to that program we saw that had the cockroaches instead. Do we have any settings with this? That's weird. It's just it's like a blank window. I'm guessing not. So that's literally all this program does, is just have some ants flow around. At least the guy's giving it away for free. I don't think anyone would want to pay. Yeah, exactly. He even says it right here. Who would pay for a bunch of ants anyway? I guess unless you were making like a real ant farm, but... Apparently what he wanted to do with this program was make it so that you could have configuration options, which obviously aren't there right now. A black hole like the trash can one on the next that appears every so often to suck up the ants. Okay then. And then also the abilities to like spray the ants or put in a queen ant that leaves behind eggs. So this guy had some plans and everything, so maybe we'll see a different version of ANTFARM in the future. But as for this one right here, it is super freaking basic. And even doesn't do the whole re-rendering of the desktop properly, so you get little pieces left behind. That is ANTFARM. It is not a game by any stretch, it's just a quick little program, probably made really freaking quick, with a bunch of ants that like to go behind the windows. It's nothing special, but it's free software, so what are you gonna do? Next, we have another new digger, Anthony, who's dug up DOSGAMES /adventure _ Tomb 10. I'm gonna guess this is probably not Tomb Raider, because Tomb Raider didn't exist when this CD compilation did. Especially with file sizes like that. I don't think you can fit Tomb Raider into 150K. But anyways, let's actually type out that fileid.diz. The Tomb by Nexus Software. Play the part of an adventurer seeking the buried treasures of an Egyptian pharaoh. Pick up keys, unlock doors, gather prizes, shoot monsters, and use flash bombs. Teleport to secret areas. Pick difficulty level. Level completion timer and alarm. Keyboard or joystick requires 286 or higher, and VGA. So the fact that it says VGA means we might actually be in it for a treat here in terms of the graphics. But we're going to find out in a second. That's it? You're just going to make a couple PC speaker noises? And that is an actual photograph from the looks of it that's been digitized. So far that's actually kind of decent graphics there. Oh, and you get weapons? This is looking like it might be pretty cool. Okay, so use arrow keys or joystick to move, use A key or button 1 to fire left, S key or button 2 to fire right, and spacebar for flash bombs. Oh! This is a Tutankham clone, isn't it? So I don't know if, like, I haven't even started playing yet, but just based on the fact that you can only fire left or right and not up or down, that kind of suggests it's going to be a Tutankham clone. Which, if some of you remember my really early Ancient DOS Games videos, I actually already covered a Tutankham clone called Snarf, way back in episode 15 of Ancient DOS Games. So let's see what we got here. We'll take difficulty level 1. Warning, this is only a demo copy. You will not be able to complete your adventure. Register for a complete copy and user manual. That's an interesting feature to get with shareware like this. Send $15 to Nexus Software. Okay then. Wait a minute. If you program in C, Nexus Software offers the programming package VGA Animate for developing animation as seen in this game. Interesting. Whoa. Okay, so right away I can tell you that I don't like the controls. Because you move whoa. Okay. Actually, I think the game is running too fast. Maybe. I'm gonna adjust the cycles, see what happens. Oh yeah, the game was definitely running too fast. I turned the cycles down, and now it's a more appropriate speed. And even though it is a Tutankham clone, clearly, it's actually interesting the way it's playing here. Because it actually has like a scrolling screen, and I don't think Tutankham did that. Well, it might have. It's actually been quite a while since I've played that game. Although the question is, can we actually go up here? Nope. So I picked up a key, but now we're... Oh, right, you have to go inside those little, yellow gates there. There we go. And pick up a candle, which I'm guessing is probably just points. And more points. Yep, that was 200 points. Now we did get the key, which is probably pertinent, because I think I saw a door down there. I did indeed. Okay, let's see if we can get by here before the enemies are spawned. Or do that. And there we go, we made it to the end of the level. And we get bonus points for our timer. And level 2. And even the walls change color. Okay, so this is actually pretty decent software here. Like, I mean, yeah, it's a clone of an existing game. But it's done extremely well. Apart from the fact that the game runs too fast if your cycles are too high. So if you had too powerful a computer, this wouldn't have run very well. Actually, what did the flash bombs do? Yep, exactly what I thought they'd do. Killed everything. Although I have to wonder how you get more flash bombs. Ooh, now here's an interesting thing. Can we pick up 2 keys? We cannot. So that was one of the factors of Snarf, and even this game apparently, is you can only have 1 key at a time. So what we're gonna have to do here is get up to this little keyhole here, open that, but then we're gonna have to go back for another key. Now I haven't mentioned this yet, because I only touched on the controls extremely briefly, but I don't really like them that much, because you can't stop moving, and you just tap an arrow key to start moving in that direction. So you constantly move. The only way to stop moving is to basically run into a wall. Although despite the wonky controls, I am still surviving here, so I guess it's not super terrible. Like, I mean, I've definitely played worse, but I think this game would play better with more traditional controls, where you hold the key down. Oh. That is it. You only get 2 levels with this version. Okay then. Is there any way to know how many levels there are in the full game? Only 9? The guy wanted $15 for this game and only put 9 levels in it? That's not cool, man. These levels do not take long to beat, so only having 9 of them... Ugh. I don't know if I don't know if $15 is a way to justify that. Like, I mean, the game plays okay. It doesn't play perfect, but it does play okay. The graphics are decent. The sound effects are not obnoxious for PC speaker. But only 9 levels. Ugh. if the guy had at least 20 levels, I think he would have succeeded in terms of more sales. 9 is too few for a game like this. Anyways, that was The Tomb by Nexus Software. Kind of fun, but the controls could be better, and unfortunately only 9 levels registered and only 2 levels in the Shareware version. The game's extraordinarily limited in that regard. But it plays well, so I guess if you really like this kind of gameplay, then I guess it's not that bad a buy. But it's not it's so hard to justify with only 9 levels, though. And to finish things off today, Robert Mackey's dug up WINGAMES /WC/Mazer. I'm gonna guess some kind of maze game, just from the fact that it's called Mazer. And we only got the one exe file, so let's see what we got. Definitely a maze game. So the question is, does it maximize? It does not. That was... What? It's counting every time I hit the maximize button as a point. So I'm guessing that it's like golf, where more points is bad. So every time you maximize... What about minimize? If I minimize... Even minimizing counts against you. Okay, so already I'm not liking this. But maybe that's the only bug. Maybe the rest of this is going to be perfectly fine. Let's see what we got here. So let's actually go to the About. Mazer version 1.0, copyright 94, Richard Schock. That's kind of an unusual last name. It's like Schock. Interested in this demo or virtual reality in general, send me a message. Better yet, register this program for $10 and receive the latest version. Okay, so the guy wanted $10 for it. Microscam Shareware? Programs so buggy you might as well have done them yourself? I don't think that's the best company name to go for. So we got a viewpoint from the beginning and a viewpoint from the end. I'm guessing that just changes, like, where you start from in the maze. Whoa, hang on. I was expecting, like, moving based on tiles, but I'm actually moving, like, pieces of tiles. That's kind of interesting. What does the help say? Q and W are the turn keys. Okay, so... Oh. So this is a 3D maze game, but you actually move... Okay. So... let's break down how this movement works, because this is very bizarre. You have up to move... Okay. Looking at it right now, you're thinking up goes forward, back, down goes back, left strafes left, and right strafes right. Here's what's actually happening. Up is north, down is south, left is west, and right is east, regardless of which direction you're facing. See how it looks like I'm sort of strafing left at the moment? I'm pressing the up key on the keyboard, and yet I'm strafing left. And now I'm strafing right by pressing down. So, these are not the best controls. Because, like, I mean, let's say you see this passage here. Well, you'd think, oh, I gotta move forward, press up. But nope, there's the strafe left. So I gotta press right now. And then we get to the end here. Then I turn around. And then I have to push up. And that's a dead end. So now I gotta turn around. But now, I have to push down to go forwards. And we turn here, and now we have to push left to go forwards. This is extreme. There's gotta be better controls than this. Nope. So, yeah, this is a... I'm already getting screwed up by this. Oh boy. How did he think this was a good idea? And considering the fact he was able to calculate, like... It's so hard to orient yourself and move properly. Considering he had the foresight to calculate these wall positions properly and render everything properly, you'd think he'd also know how to make it so that pushing up would go forwards instead of whatever kind of movement, whatever possessed him to make it so that you could only move in the cardinal directions. This is so hard to move. How big of a maze is this? Yeah, I don't think I feel like going through all of that. So yeah, that was Mazer. This game has the worst... Well, okay, let's put it this way. At least the controls work. But this is so hard to control because of how bizarre it is. There's just no way to move forward. You just have to push the cardinal directions. It's so bizarre. I don't know. There are definitely better maze games than this one out there for Windows. But, yeah. At least it renders nice. But that's about it.